Greetings all, it's Max and we're back. And we're going to talk a little bit about, sorry for the background noise. We're going to talk a little bit about Mr. Bryan Denlinger. And he has his most recent video. People who are up on Patreon can see it. And I'm not going to link it. I'm not going to show his video like I normally would. I just want to have him talk. Because you already know, it's just him standing in front of a bookshelf. There was no reason for me to actually put the video up. And that's how it is. And what really, I said, I think in my last video, I'm not even going to trump up his channel or even link to his channel or show his video because other people will go there and actually support this idiot. The guy who calls himself basically Christ on earth in his last video. That's what he calls himself. Where he's talking about Jesus Christ and all this stuff. And he's going off the rails here. And he says that he is closer to God than David, who spoken to God. And the angels were actually there. And Jesus Christ is the lineage of David. But Bryan Denlinger says in his video, he is closer to God than David. Well, dude, David is in heaven right now. And you're saying, literally, you're closer to God. Okay, man. Okay. Let's listen to him. I'll pull it up. And there we go.
That God ruleth in Jacob unto the ends of the earth. Selah. You say, well, that's for the Jews back in the Old Testament. Yeah, well, guess what? I have a closer relationship to the Lord than David did. Why? David was not part of the body of Christ.
What? David was not part. You heard him say it, man. There's nothing I can do to take this out of context. There's nothing I can do. He literally just said it. He is closer to God than David. What? Tell me, Bryan, what chapter of the Bible are you writing next? Tell me that. What chapter of the Bible? I'd like to know. I'd like to know.
He's not one flesh with God. Jesus Christ is God. I'm part of his body. All right? David didn't have that. He had some things there that were types of what we have today in the New Testament. But I'll tell you what, he didn't have the promises that we do today as Christians.
Oh, man. The lunacy of these cult leaders is incredible. You're going to say that David was not saved, even though God himself says that he was one of his favorites. That was his favorite guy. And that was the lineage that he went through, born through Mary. Lineage of David. And this little dirtbag calls himself bigger and better and closer to Christ than David. I'm sorry, yes, I am going to be quite ticked. I said I wasn't going to do a video on his latest video because I don't want to promote his channel. It's good he's taken offline. And this whole thing was basically about him comparing himself not only to David, but also to Jesus Christ. And yeah, whatever. Whatever, dude. I mean, you're a nutcase. You're a nutcase. And we're going to go to 2150 in the video, and we'll listen to him talk again.
But to the counselors of peace is joy. One of the reasons I haven't been online a lot lately, here, I think about 2 weeks since I put up a video, is because I've been busy having fun.
Oh, yeah. You're busy having fun. Are you having fun with the lawsuit and stuff? Are you having fun with that? Are you having fun? And he's going to talk about, in this video, he says that people who use, cursing language or something like that, proves they're not saved. That's what he says. And he says that he is basically sinlessly perfect in this video. He says it. And the name of the video is What God Thinks of Liars. He shows himself to be a complete liar and a complete heretic the entire way through, and he just doesn't see it. Because I'm thinking the guy's lost. It's just what I think. You know, if I have a potty mouth, that means that I'm not saved? I mean, what? Where do you get this stuff from? Where do you get it from, dude? And he'll come after me saying that I am attacking him. No. You're the guy who broke the law. You're the guy who did that. Not me. Not me. And now he wants to run away off of YouTube. That's never going to happen because he is a lazy, lazy, lazy man. He'll never run away from YouTube. Ever. And all you have to do is just preach the Bible, man. But no, what do you want to do? You're going to go out there and your followers and supporters and people who give you money, what do you want to do? Put their personal information on the internet. That's what you do. That's illegal. And you call yourself a pastor. You call yourself a pastor. You punk. You punk. So we're going to go up and we're going to go listen to another thing here.
Imperfect system, and this ministry being online has been an imperfect thing, and whatever else. I'm not saying that everything I've ever done was perfectly in line with Scripture and whatever else. BS. I admit to my faults and mistakes and whatever.
BS.
Okay, I understand that.
You are a complete liar. You never admitted to any of your mistakes, ever.
And here's the whole thing. Where in the New Testament does it say that we should be preaching Bible doctrine to the lost world?
You are a heretic. Immediately you are a heretic. What is the point of missionaries? You see, people who are following Bryan Denlinger, you people out there who follow this guy, he just said, don't preach to the lost world. What in the hell is the reason for ministry in the first place? It's to get people saved. And this guy just says, don't preach to the lost world. Don't preach to them. What? Do you understand how asinine that is? Go on, JT does. Go on. Go on, Rod of Iron. Go on. Go prompt this guy up. Go do that. He just said, do not preach to the lost world. He is a Calvinist. Don't preach to the lost world. Don't do it. Don't support anybody who's going out on missionary trips. Don't do it. He said it. I didn't edit the video. I didn't do anything with it. I'm just playing the audio. You can hear Bryan Denlinger say, do not preach to the lost world. What the hell is the point of a ministry? What is the point? Somebody tell me. I mean, we're all just supposed to rub each other's backs and tell everybody everything is all good and we're all in the body of Christ. How do people get saved? How do people get saved without ministers and pastors and people out there spreading the gospel? How do people get saved? According to Bryan Denlinger, they're not saved unless they follow him, because he is closer to God than King David. And I played the clip. He says he's closer to God than King David. I mean, at this point, I'm kind of thinking this guy's on mescaline or something. I don't know. But it's really, really, really ridiculous.
I see people getting saved, the gospel's preached to them, and then they are brought into a home. They are brought away from the world and over here now. Okay, now
no, he's contradicting himself. Okay, he says don't preach to those people. You heard him say it. And now he's saying they're bringing him out of that system. So which is it? Which is it? Are you preaching to the lost world and bringing them out of the lost world, or are you not preaching to them? Because you opened up with not preaching to them. Guy calls himself a pastor. What a fool. Right, we're going to go to the next thing. Sorry I'm on this pretty cold. I only kind of skipped through his video.
Kind of say what's going on with the ministry. Right now, the list is over there. I forgot to get it, but I have gone through and I'm basically cataloging every video I've done on YouTube.
Because you're
both
kicked
on
off
this
of YouTube.
secondary channel and on the main.
You're kicked off of YouTube. And he's going to say he's got copyright strikes. No, he does not. He has bullying strikes, which are a huge problem, man. It's not a simple thing with that. Copyright strikes happen all the time. Bullying strikes are a very, very rare event. Very rare.
Husky 394 XP channel. I'm cataloging everything and I'm making sure that I have it all backed up on my external hard drive. And if you haven't heard already, the main channel on YouTube, I have 2 copyright violations.
No, you have bullying strikes, which are hard to get, incredibly hard to get. You're basically guilty when you get those. And, you know, all of this little idiot's followers tried to do that to me, and I turned it all right back around, and I was released of everything. So why can't, if you're in the right, Bryan, if you're in the right, why are you not released? Oh, because you put person's private information, which is against the law, in almost every country in the freaking world. Because you put person's private information up there, they kicked you off. That's why. That's why. I didn't do anything to you to hurt you. You're the guy who came out with that video. And I wasn't even the guy who reported it. The video was offline before I could even report it. Other people reported it and said, that's wrong. That's wrong. And YouTube, you know, non-religious corporation, organization, saw that and they said, yeah, you're a dirtbag. And they kicked you off. And you think you're coming back in 3 months? You're not coming back in 3 months, dude. You're not. You're not. I mean, you're done. You're done. Completely. And you're going to go on and talk about how you're going to go back to doing DVDs. Please do. Go do that. You're not going to get any exposure from doing anything like that. Your whole thing is YouTube, and you're a lazy, 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 lazy man. You know, all you could do is pick up your Husky 394 XP chainsaw and go out there and go make money and make like $150 a day. But you're not going to do that, are you? Nope. Because that would require work and a little sweat.
Strikes or whatever, kind of foolish nonsense. And they've disabled my account over there from uploading new videos. So, fine.
Why?
That account's going to stay just
Why?
dormant for a while.
Why?
Honestly, at this point in time, if they delete it, whatever. I really don't care.
Whatever.
I got everything all backed up, so it's not a problem.
Yeah, it is a problem. It's a huge problem. This guy's talking about saying, I haven't uploaded because I've been out partying with my wife. That's what he says. That's what a liar this guy is. No, you're not out partying with your wife. You are not. You're worried about where in the heck your money is going to come from because you don't have YouTube anymore. And you didn't think about that before breaking the law. You didn't think about that before. Like, you know, I might break the law to actually do some of this stuff. Nope, you don't care. And now you're suffering the consequences. And, buddy, you want to call yourself David, a man after God's own heart? You're going to call yourself better than David. Better than David, in your own words. Who in the heck is going to give you money, man? You're calling yourself better than David. better than David. Obviously, David did some bad stuff, but this is the lineage that Jesus decided to go through. He was ordained by Christ through Samuel to be the king of the Jews. Are you the king of the Jews, Bryan? Are you the king? David, humble, reverent, respectful, trusting, loving, devoted, recognition, faithful, obedient, repentant. How many of those you got, Bryan? You got humble? No. Reverent? Oh, yeah, of course. Of course. Respectful? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Trusting? Absolutely not. Loving? Absolutely not. Devoted? Maybe. Recognition? God didn't tell anybody, say, Bryan Denlinger is the guy. Maybe, whatever. Faithful? He could be. Obedient? I doubt it. Repentant? I doubt it. I doubt it. And, I'm sorry I'm not going to play the video and put it up because I'm not going to advertise Bryan Bullshitter's channel. I'm just not. I'm talking about it because it shows, after the fact, after he gets in trouble, what kind of a person he really is and who he thinks he really is. He really thinks, he made the comparison that he is Paul the Apostle before. He really thinks that. And then now he says he's better than Daniel because Daniel was in the Old Testament, or not Daniel, sorry, David, because David was in the Old Testament. And it's like, the bounds of his heresy has absolutely no limits. No limits whatsoever. I'm not going to keep my mouth shut for nothing. And this guy used to come out with videos about every 2 days. And then he says because he took a 2-week break after coming after me, he says that's just because, he wanted to go watch a tractor pull. No. I'll tell you right here and right now, that is not why he took a 2-week break. And he says his main channel has been shut down. Good. And I'm not playing the video because I am not going to prop up anything having to do with Bryan Denlinger. Not at all. So I'll have the audio playing in the background. But the guy is a punk. He's a worthless punk who, in those 2 weeks, he couldn't pick up his Husky 394 XP chainsaw and go do that. And now he's going back to, I guess he's making DVDs. Well, good. That's what you should have been doing. King James Video Ministries page has been up for 10 years. Why have you not been making DVDs? And he says he doesn't need YouTube. According to Ed, who bought his DVDs, the exact same video is on YouTube that he actually prints out for DVDs. The exact same thing. What's the point? What's the point? I need to hear about how I'm going to hell because I might use foul language from time to time? That's what I need to hear? And Bryan also in that video also says basically he is sinlessly perfect. He says it. I am just a pure Bible-believing pastor or something like this. Insinuating that he doesn't sin. It's work salvation, lordship salvation, whatever you want to call it. And that's who this guy is. That's who this guy is. But that was about the end of it when this guy said he is closer to God than David. Well, David is in heaven talking to God right now. And this idiot says, I am closer to God than David. You really got some problems. You really got some problems with your mental aptitude. When you think that a guy who is writing Psalms and running the Jewish people as a king, ordained by God, you think you're greater than that? You think you're greater than that? You really got some problems in your head. Your coconut is a little messed up. And, I'm sorry this wasn't a very visual or very fantastic presentation, but, obviously me and Bryan have a little thing going on. So I'm not going to play his videos, and I'm not going to do the whole thing with that. But I am going to talk about the stuff he comes out with. For sure. For sure. And with that, we're out of here.